get maybe this one too. All right, so this is the last session before lunch. So we just had another one in San Francisco a few days ago. You know what the challenge can be. So how's it going so far? Interesting, like the content, bankers, good stuff. All right. So we try to get really a 360 view of this kind of M&A process thing. So of course, probably the most interesting people are entrepreneurs and their point of view on how this happens. So maybe I'll do a quick survey first. So who's familiar with jump bikes? Okay. So you have a bunch of bikes here, right?
Not yet.
Not in New York.
Yeah, we're launching New York in a couple weeks.
Wait a second.
We're launching New York in a couple weeks.
Yeah, because they were like in San Francisco, everywhere.
Yeah, we're waiting on the permit from the city.
Okay, so for those who are not familiar, so you know there's now, like you have the city bikes in New York, right, with the docks. You probably have like I don't know, some other rental stuff, and maybe free, dockless bikes. They don't have it, you know?
That's what the permit's coming for.
Kickballs, they don't have kickballs.
Yes.
Kickballs.
We're slow moving here in New York.
All those sticks. So tell us a bit more about jump bikes. What is it? And what is it you guys do?
Yeah. So Jump's a shared electric bike that you can take point to point in the city. It is a dockless bike, which means there's no, in the case like a city bike where you have the docking stations, with us, all the technology is on the bike. So each bike has an integrated lock with GPS tracking and mobile connection, and you can find and book the bike with a mobile app. We were actually the first company to ever build a dockless bike. I had the initial idea all the way back in the fall of 2008. And we had incorporated and had a proof of concept in 2010, first pilot programs in 2012 and 2013. We scaled that business initially by selling bikes, bike racks, and technology to cities, nonprofits, and for-profits. So we built kind of a B2B business selling this technology. 2016, it was 10 million revenue and hit profitability. And then over the last year and a half, the entire space has changed very, very rapidly, largely due to China. There's a couple of bike share providers, dockless bike share providers that use bikes with GPS locks and scaled up very quickly to millions and millions of bikes across China. And that started making an impact on the global market.
So essentially, it suddenly picked up, but you guys have been working at it basically 2008 and then product in 2010. So basically another nice success.
Yeah, and it's almost 10 years. And so for that first 8 or 9 years, very, very hard to attract capital, very, very hard to raise money. Talked to just about every VC.
Yeah, we like King cities.
Yeah, so talked about every VC in New York and SF, and really SOS was our largest investor, the only one that we put in. We raised about $7 million between 2012 and 2015. About 5 of that came from SOS. So it was really, really hard business to get off the ground, despite having revenue, despite having a market-leading product. But then when it all changed with China, it became a consumer business and one that would scale. Effectively, what VCs just looked at us and said, "Oh, you're selling bicycles to the government? No, thank you." But it became kind of a consumer business, and bikes and electric bikes changed the narrative. So I think e-bikes, the data that we started seeing from our electric fleets was really, really compelling.
What kind of data?
Just the number of trips per bike per day. So previously with regular pedal bikes, a lot of the systems would only do 1 or maybe 2 trips per bike per day. The best systems like New York would do maybe 4. And in San Francisco, we're routinely hitting 10 trips per bike per day, all revenue generating trips.
So each trip costs what, like $1, $2?
About $250.
$250.
Yeah, that's our average.
And the setup of putting one bike on the road is like a few $1,000.
Each bike, our capex is around $1,000.
$1,000.
Yeah,
That's pretty cheap.
It's not bad. We're hope to cut that and by another couple $100 over the next 18 months. So 2017 was a big year for us. China had changed the narrative around bike share, had started entering Western markets. There's a company called Blue Go that dropped bikes in San Francisco. The city freaked out. They're like, oh, you can't just put bikes here. They created a regulatory environment. They created a permitting process saying, okay, you can't launch unless you have a permit. But then they didn't release a permit. It was sort of a deliberate obstruction. And as we pushed the agenda and got them to release a permit, and then we were actually the only ones that received the permit.
Maybe they got a bit freaked out by this. I don't know if some of you saw the pictures of like the piles of bikes in China with like the Ofo, the Mobike, they put like millions of bikes on the road and like people put them everywhere. Just piled up, it's crazy.
Yeah, because China launched without regulation, it just scaled. There's just a mass oversupply. So if you do a Google image search for dockless bikes China, you'll just see literally mounds of bikes on the street. So cities are seeing those images and they're like, oh no, thank you, we don't want that. And so they started creating this regulation. So we were in a kind of B2B government-led industry, and we had about we had basically 1 year to make several very significant pivots to put us in a good position going forward. So five moves that we made. First, we moved toward vertical integration. So previously we were selling the bikes and just charging technology fees. We moved to owning and operating the fleet. So we vertically integrated and were the operator. Second, we rebranded the company. We were previously Social Bicycles, which was fine for those government sales, but kind of sounds like a socialist plot. So we adopted Jump, which is kind of a more catchy consumer brand. Three, we introduced electric bikes. We've been working on it since early 2015, so we'd already been 2 years into the product cycle, and it just matured and we were able to bring it to market. Four, we structured a BD partnership, a distribution partnership with Uber, so that we integrated the Jump bikes into the Uber app. And five, we were finally able to raise funding. Now that the environment had changed, we had a compelling product, we had a distribution deal. Uber actually made a bunch of intros to VCs. We were able to close a round in the fall. Even though we were able to close that round in the fall, but it wasn't easy. We went to VCs with this great product.
Last fall, you're talking about 6 months ago.
Fall 2017, yeah. So we had this great product, substantially the same as it's on the street now. We had a distribution deal. We had this very compelling story, but we didn't have any data that shows that there was going to be this rapid uptick. And so what happened was we made these 5 big moves, and then we launched 250 bikes in San Francisco in January, and it just took off. The usage was really, really high. There's a ton of buzz on it, social media, and just in that network. And so it was very clear that we really had strong product market fit. And so we've done the integration with Uber in terms of a partnership, and it became clear that we were the business we were building was going to be directly competitive with Uber's business. Our average trip length is 2.6 miles, which is very similar to the average ride-hail trip in a city. And so it became strategically important that they acquire us. So we had this window from February to early April, it's about a 4 or 6 week period where things were crazy, where we had multiple acquisition options, plus lots of VC interest. So top tier funds, the best of Silicon Valley funds, the best partners of those funds, offering very large term sheets. So we had a very compressed window to make a life altering decision, and ultimately opted to do the acquisition. In large part as a way to scale up what we were doing. Yes, we've been at it for 10 years. Some of our investors have been in the company since 2012. So the people working with me have been with me since 2011. So there was, we were relatively mature from like a cap table and just like duration of the company. And really this is a chance to scale up what we're doing globally a lot faster. Uber has ops teams in policy teams in every market around the world, so we're going into Europe and LATAM a lot faster than we would have otherwise. the chance to kind of de-risk things right now at a very competitive time. So there's tons of money being invested in the space. There's both Chinese and U.S. Companies, and now there's a permutation on the model, which is there's these electric scooters, which, if anybody's tracking, is the next sort of boom cycle in the space. And there's some really preposterous fundraisers and valuations that are happening right now. So it was a good chance to take some money off the table, close out our investors, have upside in a company that's going to go public hopefully in the next year and be part of Uber's story going forward, and then have a little bit of upside beyond that. So it just felt like the right move to accomplish both our goals for the company and to kind of de-risk the situation.
It's kind of interesting to see that basically you were following your course and then the world changed massively, super fast around you. You managed to adjust. And just at a time where suddenly things were becoming really competitive, you had some kind of head start. If you look at the products themselves, it doesn't seem that you have like a technological advantage. It seems that you have the know-how you have in the company is about operations, like profitable operations, policies, government relations. Would you say those are the competitive advantages?
Well, there's I think 3 reasons that we were acquired. One, it's not an insurmountable technology advantage, but we had a significant head start, probably a 1-year head start in terms of where our product is. And in fact, because now these scooters are taking off, I think a lot of R&D budgets are shifting that direction instead of toward making the best e-bikes. So we're going to maintain a lead maybe a little longer than we would have thought. So we do represent a bit of a product advantage. 2, we know how to make hardware and how to manage the supply chain. So that is core to what we do. We've been a hardware company from the beginning. We've been at it for 10 years. And Uber really didn't have that as a core competency. They had a few pockets and a few projects, but they didn't really know how to manufacture and deliver and operate something at scale. And then 3, my being in the space for 10 years, before I started the company, I worked for New York City Department of Transportation in the bike planning group. That's the group that builds bike lanes, bike racks. I've been going to transportation conferences for 10 years. I have a good credibility in the space. And so with Uber trying to change their way, they're trying to rehab their brand and change their reputation with consumers and the cities, our story fit very well into that. So those relationships worked. And then last, it was early, but we got a lot of branding elements right. So we, the color really pops. The name is evocative, suggests movement, really relates to people. And so a mixture of product, personal reputation, and network regulators, and a brand that looked like it was going to get traction. Those are the things that made it interesting for acquisition.
You have quite a number of competitors. So Mobike already got acquired for $2.7 billion after raising over $1 billion. They got acquired by a Chinese company that's doing all sorts of delivery services and stuff. Ofo is still in the wild. You have a few others. There's Line Bike in the US. Why do you think Uber preferred you guys to those other guys? Some of them that might already have some scale, some footprint.
Yeah, the Chinese players had a dominant position in China, but were still having trouble entering Western markets. And they're still active, but they didn't really take off in the U.S. and Europe in the same way they did in China. And then Uber did spend a ton of time with Line and others. Ultimately, it was us plus Uber. We kind of filled in each other's gaps and weaknesses, and Line at the time and still really didn't have a compelling product. They more or less sourced some stuff off the shelf or lightly modified it, whereas we did ground up engineering for 3 years. And so I thought, the brand was stronger, the product was stronger, the regulatory reputation is not even comparable. So on all those three metrics by which I think the acquisition happened, we were winning. The only thing last year that arguably we were not leading in is just market launches, like how many projects they were getting off the ground. And that has something to do with ops execution, but it also has something to do that they were just burning cash. They had a lot of money to spend. They were dropping bikes in suburban or smaller cities that they were just trying to build a footprint, regardless of if they're going to be used or not. They were just had a mandate to grow without thinking through kind of unit economics or.
It sounds like your first few years have been quite frugal.
I mean, wasn't by
choice also.
It was a starvation diet. Yeah, so
fasting.
Yeah, it's not as fun because yeah, we never had more than 4 months runway in all of those years, and it was just brutal. And it was being a hardware company where we would sell the project, and then you'd have to pay our suppliers months before we'd be able to collect from our clients. So we were constantly having cash squeezes. We'd have some months where the bank account would dip below 50,000, and the next month there'd be $1 million or $2 million in receivables. So it was just not a very fun way to build a business.
So you couldn't also not deliver on time.
Okay, well, yeah, we did deliver late. So in 2014, we delivered several months late. Mostly now in retrospect because we promised shit that just wasn't possible. But that's how you build a company. So yeah, we promised a bunch of stuff in 2013 or 2014 that had an unrealistic delivery timeline. I spent most of 2014 just apologizing to people and keeping faith. And then yeah. So anyway, the long story is this because today's about exiting. I think it's worth building your network among potential acquirers if you see adjacent partnerships that you can do that strengthen your current business goals.
That are aligned to your business.
That are aligned to your business. I don't think you do a deal hoping to get acquired. You do something if it actually makes sense. But that is kind of the most likely path. I was in an event in New York 2 or 3 years ago, and some founders up on stage said those exact words. Like, if you can do a partnership with somebody, that's how they got acquired. It's very, very common. So the number one is just build a business. What I did for 8 years did not have product market fit. Could not get investment. It was a really tough, brutal business that I don't know why we kept going. But over a very compressed time, a year really over a couple months, the last 3-4 months, we actually got product market fit. And it's just a very different feeling to be riding, being part of the company once that happens. So move around, pivot, try to adjust things as much as you can, and then ultimately, if you build a good business, you'll have lots of options. So in that 4-week period, I had, I guess 3 acquisition paths and multiple possibilities for a fundraise. So if you build a good business, you'll have options. And yeah, I guess perseverance is pays off. I just
when it does. About your partnership with Uber, because we had, so you were also at the San Francisco edition of this Masterclass, so we had slightly different setup with another panelist. But I remember you mentioned that the partnership you established with Uber to basically allow riders to find bikes as well as cars. For you, initially you thought it would bring you basically some business on extra distribution, but it didn't initially really turn out so beneficial, but it initiated a relationship.
Yeah, so there's an investor concern that, will anybody use these things? You need a distribution channel. How will we get customers, right? Customer acquisition is a common question. And I would say it's a billboard on wheels. It's highly visible. It's bright effing red. People will see it, and it'll convert. And that ended up being the truth. Like there's a very natural customer acquisition that happens. Not just with our product, but Lime, Bird, all of these folks are getting they're getting very natural customer acquisition. But we did the distribution partnership to experiment effectively. I mean, now that we're part of Uber, they have tens or hundreds of thousands of accounts in every city. It will be more frictionless, where you can just hit a button inside the Uber app and have access to bikes. So there is a benefit, but it wasn't going to make or break the business. And in fact, I think that's actually part of what led to the acquisition too. It was the business stood on its own. It was going to grow, and Uber is only strengthening that. And it does help kind of achieve some of our other broader objectives. That by having the bikes inside the Uber app, you could present to somebody as they're booking a car the option of booking a bike because it's going to be closer, it's going to be faster, and it's going to cost less money. So we actually truly can fulfill our vision, which is getting people out of cars and onto bikes and other modes. And so there are these powerful synergies, and there is something real there. But the business stood on its own. We were able to acquire customers on our own. And the first month or whatever, I think more than 80% or 85% of our trips were direct versus from Uber.
It's funny what you said about the competition between the modes of transportation. Just after our session in San Francisco, I was meeting a friend at the Caltrain station. I was late. And I was like, okay, how do I get there? I have like a few blocks. So I'm like, okay, Uber, taxi, or something else. And I called an Uber, and he said, okay, 2 minutes. Then I see a taxi bus, and I'm like, shit, should I take a taxi? Then I wait 2 minutes, and then it does, it remaps the thing, and then it's 5 minutes. Yeah. And then it cancels. And I was seeing the jump bikes, I was just there, I started to register, and then I realized that another Uber driver had picked up. I was like, shit, no, if I cancel, I've already wasted 5 minutes waiting. If I cancel, I get charged. I don't have these jump bikes, I could just jump on.
Yeah, so that that sign up process, that first time to use a jump bike, it's at that moment. They don't have to do anything other than hit a button inside the app that they're already doing. It's definitely going to be powerful. So in that case,
I think what slowed me down is I had to enter the credit card.
Yeah, you would have if you had downloaded the Jump app. Now inside the Uber app, if you've done that, you already have your credit card on file. So it's literally just clicking through accept terms and conditions, and you're off.
Interestingly, actually, this integration I've seen also happen in China. The guys at DD, they already did that with some of I think all of the bike runners. Actually.
Yeah, DD started aggregating the different bike players, and then they also launched their own service.
Also investors in some of them, acquired one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
China.
Okay, so I want to keep some time for questions from the audience. So I see a few. So let's start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. 4 p.m.
First of all, thanks for the cash crunch perspective because I'm there, and so it's nice to hear that other people. So yeah, 4-month runway. I recognize that. One thing that resonated with me when you said, the bikes are effing red, it's going to work, and a lot of conversations that I'm having with strategics, especially with the biz dev guys, is kind of, that's a little bit of a cop-out, right? Because my perspective is, well, that's why we're talking. We're going to use your scale to really make this work. Is that are these sort of the conversations you've been having, Uber specifically or anybody else, and how, what are some of the arguments, perhaps?
Yeah, I would say that in the negotiation, Uber was definitely representing that they had the scale to make it work, and they had the network to make it work. Their only question was whether we had the ops execution to deliver on it. So it wasn't so much questioning whether this was something that could be good. It was that, can you guys actually scale this thing?
There's other questions.
Thanks. So it sounds like you guys had this perfect story of the biz dev into the corp dev and the acquisition. I know that the background is always a little more complicated. Can you talk about what the relationship was like with your co-founders and with your board and with your investors, kind of leading up to all of this, and what worked well and what we should all try to avoid?
Yeah, it was a mess. Getting full alignment on this type of decision is very, very difficult because everybody's bringing a different lens. on what they want, what they think is fair for their own outcome, and yeah, it was actually a frustrating process because for 7 years our stock wasn't worth really anything. It was worth potential, but then the second it actually became tangible, like people started treating it like money, and it really got a little messy. So I don't know if I have any. I don't think there's any advice there other than like be prepared for that and look at your when you think about your cap table, when you're building your cap table, make sure you're aligning with good people as much as possible. When you're when you're giving out equity to your employees, do so assuming that everybody would find out what everybody else is going to get. Not that hopefully that doesn't happen, but like you should kind of build it with that mentality and try to treat people fairly. And then no matter how fair you try to be, it's impossible to make everybody happy. It's just human nature. So just kind of come to terms with that. So it was a surprisingly ugly process.
So there were 2 more questions, and then one here.
Thank you. I have 2 questions. The first question is, what do you think compelled VCs to invest in your competitors when you guys were really the originals in the space? And secondly, do you think that having raised less allowed you guys to acquire cheaper? Because if you look at the valuations of like Bird or Linebike, some of them are at $1 billion. Perhaps that doesn't make any sense at that stage.
Yeah, there's you only have a few chances to get off the merry-go-round. Okay, so like with each fundraise you do, your exit outcomes change, and the exit expectations change. So, I think Limebike was already at a couple $100 million post-money valuation based on their previous funding round at the same time that we were in discussions. And so they'd already kind of priced themselves out of that acquisition range. And now that they're $1 billion, maybe Lime, $2 billion or whatever, Bird's $2 billion. Like I don't know if they have an M&A path now. I also think it's going to be really hard to take those companies public. So they're in this. Yeah, they're valued at $1 billion, but their paths to liquidity are challenging. So that is
they reduce optionality by maximizing valuation.
Yeah, well, they also raised the shit ton of capital. So, but that could be it could be the right strategy. Uber did that as well, and it was a strategy. It was capital as a weapon and capital to you raise ahead of where you want to be. So if they execute with that money, they'll have options again. But it's going to take a long time to build a value that is actually commensurate with those valuations. What was the first part of that question?
Why the VCs invested in the guys?
Yeah, no, that was super frustrating, and particularly frustrating the first quarter of last year, where we really pioneered the space. We had all the reputation in the space, and like literally people were raising on a PowerPoint, and were more effective at raising than we were. And ultimately, those people saw our previous business as baggage, not as sort of experience. So overcoming that was
Very new with no history was better.
Yeah, and there's at least some truth to it because there are things from our legacy business that are still making execution difficult. So it's not complete. It's not completely untrue, but there are also things that we do in the process that are competitive advantages. So, but basically, yeah. So they were literally raising on a PowerPoint and pedigree. And there's a lot of that happens out there.
And also, it also kind of reminder that being a first mover is not necessarily such an advantage. Especially if you've been a first mover like 8 years ago, and the market hasn't picked up.
Yeah.
What does it say? Right?
Yeah, it's challenging.
So just one question.
Hi, so we keep on hearing about this Sand Hill Road Mafia or the fact that you're not invented your syndrome in terms of VCs in California. Did you ever come across that, or what's your take on?
So 100% true. Like it is such a bubble that they live in, and so I think really we took off when we literally put bikes at their doorstep in San Francisco. Like they don't get outside their sphere very often, so it's hard being a New York founder. And that's the sad thing that's missing from the ecosystem in New York is capital, and that's really weird because this is the capital finance. So if we just took 1% of Wall Street and put it toward the startup ecosystem here, we could have a better tech ecosystem. But
Do you think it's really capital that's missing here, or is it just different habits of investors?
the money, if you have the money, everything else will follow. Like the founders will follow.
Just to some extent, you could say the money also finance the right projects, pretty much whatever they are. Like, you can buy investors all over the place now. Not all of them, I agree. But
It's still very, very value centric. Like they invest other places, but that's still more the exception than the rule.
so proof of that SOSV is actually not really a value in VCs like global, initially actually East Coast. So, very interesting. There's a question here.
You mentioned that as a future strategy, you would like to close on your investors. Can you tell us what that means a little bit more? You want to close out on your investors. Can you tell us more about the venture capital history and how you see that projecting in the future?
I was just saying that the investors at that point sold. They had liquidity, so that chapter is over for them. Like us and our team going forward, we have objectives and still some things we have to earn out. But the investors are out now.
You paid them out, or can you tell us more on how that deal, for what is possible?
Yeah, I mean it's. I can't really talk about the transaction, but everybody's happy with return. There, the folks that got in very early had obviously had a larger multiple, and then we closed around in October of last year. So some people are only in for 6 months and still got a pretty good return.
So one here and then you.
Without going into specific numbers, can you talk about the retention that I assume Uber negotiated, how that played out?
Yeah, so in my last funding round, it's also common for VCs to put founder vesting in, vesting in founder shares. So in my last funding round, I'd already subjected part of my stock to that, so that was effectively adequate. They didn't add anything additional to that. The retention for other employees, a mix. Yeah, it's a mix of like a vesting and then new things being issued, basically.
Was that a sticking point? Was that a challenge?
Maybe on a few individuals, but that was actually not something that was challenging. Also, mostly because the team was pretty motivated to do the deal, and we're excited to work with